Hello everyone, you're listening to The Big Contract, the official transfer show of the Nutmeg Assist. I'm your host, the Metaphor Guy. So welcome to the show guys, have fun, enjoy, cheers. Welcome guys. So we'll start with the done deals first. So the first deal that's been done recently is Fabinho, the Brazilian Fabinho from AS Monaco to Liverpool FC. So if you haven't heard about Fabinho before, he is a defensive midfielder who has played for Monaco in the last 2-3 seasons. He also played for Real Madrid back in 2013. And he's a League One winner with Monaco and also as Champions League semi-finalist the year before this one. So he's an exciting midfielder for the Liverpool faithful because he could play right back as well as a defensive midfield role, although he's naturally a defensive midfielder. So the deal is set to cost around 40 million British pounds, so a 50 million euro deal, I guess, including all the add-ons. That's what the paper reports. So Fabinho is just 24 years old. He's excellent in the air and his tackling is wonderful, and his long balls are classy as well. And like I said, he could play right back as well as defensive midfielder, which makes him very versatile as well. He could play a number 2, he could play the number 6 role, and he could also play the number 8 role, which means he's a wonderful versatile midfielder. So that's all about Fabinho. So before we move on to the next one, we'll rate this transfer. We'll rate all the transfers and the transfer rumors. So for Fabinho, we're giving a rating of 8.5 because Liverpool have pulled off a massive deal in Fabinho. So it's an 8.5 for Fabinho. So we move on to the next one, done deals, which is an unusual one. Usual because it's not a transfer. Huddersfield have signed their manager David Wagner to a new 3-year contract. So that's excellent news for the Huddersfield fans because David Wagner has done a tremendous job since arriving at Huddersfield. He's won promotion last season and he's kept them in the Premier League this season. He survived relegation, which is an excellent achievement for a team who's coming from the Championship, and this is his first season in the Premier League as well. So he's done a massive job, and I think he's the very right man to lead Huddersfield forward. So for this one as well, we give an 8.5 rating from the Nutmeg Assist. So David Wagner staying at Huddersfield for 3 more years, and the rating for this one is 8.5. So the next one is another manager related one, which is Carlo Ancelotti signing for Napoli. So this is a big one considering the fact that Sarri, the current Napoli manager, I guess, Sarri, he's been wonderful for Napoli this season. They've got over 90 points, and Napoli are the first team ever in the history of Serie A to not win the Serie A league title despite getting over 90 points. So that's shocking, and you have to credit Juventus for that. So despite that, they sacked Sarri and they brought in Carlo Ancelotti. So this is another good deal for Napoli. So you heard the president De Laurentiis being very happy about it, and he was quoting that he would be happy and he would want Ancelotti to stay for the next 10 years. So that shows how happy De Laurentiis and the Napoli fans and the whole board are with this appointment. So the Nutmeg rating for Ancelotti to Napoli is an 8, considering the fact that it's a decent appointment. It's not an out of the world appointment, it's a decent appointment. So we give it, the Nutmeg rating is an 8 for Ancelotti to Napoli. So that's pretty much it with the done deals. We move on to the transfer rumors. So this is the spicy thing which everyone likes to read, which every single one in the world likes to hear. In this world of ITKs, we're often left confused which news to believe. So let me get this clear. The rumors we're gonna mention, they are not done deals. They're just the transfer rumors mentioned in various different papers across Europe. So don't take any of these deals as granted. So let me go on. with the first transfer rumor, which is Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski has hinted that he's going to move away from Bayern Munich this summer, and who else than his agent to support this rumor? So the source for this rumor is his agent Pini Zahavi. So Pini Zahavi was quoted saying that Robert feels he needs change and a new challenge in his career. The manager of Bayern know about it. So, and he also added that his motivations are not for money nor for a specific club. According to him, most of the clubs would love to have him. So we see in the papers link Lewandowski with a move to Chelsea, a move to Real Madrid, and a move to PSG as well. So judging by the chances, it's very likely that Robert Lewandowski moves to one of the mentioned three clubs, because he's a big time player. He's one of the best players and best strikers in the world. So it's likely that he's going to move this summer, move away from Bayern. He's going to seek a new challenge. So the Nutmeg rating for Robert Lewandowski transfer rumor is an 8. So it's very likely that Lewandowski moves this summer. So we give him an 8 for this one. So the next transfer rumor, there isn't a single player, I guess, in the world who doesn't get linked with Manchester United. So it's no other for Fred, who's a central midfielder who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk of Ukraine. So unlike the others, Fred is a name which has been of interest, according to the papers around, for Manchester United for a long time now. So if you don't know who Fred is, let me give you an insight into what kind of player Fred is. He's a central midfielder who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk in Ukraine. He's 25 years old. He's a Brazilian, and he is a deep line playmaker, to be honest. His passing skills are massive as well. It's an awesome passing skills. He's, like I said, he's a deep line playmaker, gets a build-up play going, and also his defensive contributions are pretty good as well. So it's a good signing if Manchester United can pull this off. So Fred to Manchester United is our second transfer rumor, and we give this an 8.5 rating. The Nutmeg rating for Fred is 8.5 because the chances of this move happening are very high. So we give Fred an 8.5. So the next transfer rumor we have in mind is Riyad Mahrez of Leicester City. He's been linked with Manchester City. This is not new. This is definitely not new, because you know how badly Mahrez wanted to move to City in Germany. He felt like his move was blocked by Leicester City in January as well. So the likelihood of this move happening is again high. But the rumored transfer fee quoted for Mahrez is 60 million, which is, I think it's a dip higher. 60 million for Riyad Mahrez, I guess it's a dip higher, especially because City have a lot of options in midfield. They have Ilkay Gundogan, they have Bernardo Silva, they have David Silva, Fernandinho, and I heard that they're signing also Jorginho, which is another transfer rumor. I guess they are ready to launch in another bit for Jorginho. So it's another transfer rumor. Yep, they have Leroy Sané, they have Raheem Sterling. So they have a lot of midfield options up there. So Riyad Mahrez is I would say it's a surprise signing for me, because they have a lot of midfield options. I don't know why Riyad Mahrez is interested in signing for City, because I don't see him as a starter there. So it's a surprise signing, and for 60 million, I think it's a big one. It's a biggie transfer for me. Riyad Mahrez to Man City for 60 million English pounds. So our Nutmeg rater, according to me, the Nutmeg rater gives Riyad Mahrez's move a 7.5, which is, I think, fair for all parties. So that's the third transfer rumor winded up, and the fourth one is an Arsenal-related transfer news, which is Stefan Lichtsteiner of Juventus, the right back, the defender, the Swiss defender, is expected to sign for Arsenal. He's expected to sign a 2-year contract with Arsenal. So, which is an excellent news for Arsenal fans, because they're bringing in experience from Lichtsteiner. He's played at the highest stage with Juventus. He's been in the Champions League final for I think he's been in the Champions League final twice with Juventus in 2015 and 2017, and he's won a lot of domestic trophies there in Italy with Juventus. So he brings a massive amount of experience to the Arsenal side, and to analyze him, he's a wonderful defensive player. He has a good tactical awareness. He's defensively very solid. The only negative you can say is he's a tad old and he's quite slow as well. So apart from that, I don't see any negative in Lichtsteiner. This is going to be a very good signing for Arsenal, and likelihood of this deal happening is very, very high, because I see this move happening more likely. So I give this one I give it a rating 9. So this is the highest rating till point. Lichtsteiner to Arsenal is a 9 for me. It's a wonderful move for all parties. The next one is Nabil Fekir. Nabil Fekir, the French midfielder, the French attacking midfielder who can also play in the wide, as a wide man. He's been linked with Liverpool for quite a long time now. So he's apparently deemed to be the Phil Coutinho replacement for Liverpool. So if you look at the player, he's an outstanding player. Dribbles a lot, sets up good chances, scores a lot of goals, assists. He's the perfect creative playmaker to replace Philippe Coutinho at Liverpool. So and what's more interesting about this Fekir rumor is that RMC of France, and especially the special journalist there, Bouffassi, he's reported Fekir move being very likely as well. So RMC, if you don't know about RMC are the most reliable source there is in France. So regarding transfers, so they get everything right. So it's a big one, and for me, I'd like to give it an 8.5 rating. So Fekir to Liverpool is an 8.5 rating for me. Okay. Before we wind up the show, we got a big news for you guys. We got a big news for you. It's just in. Zinedine Zidane has stepped down as the manager of Real Madrid. Who's seen it coming, man? Who's just seen it coming? I don't know. It's a big surprise for me as well. I just didn't see this coming. Zidane resigning as the manager of Real Madrid. He's just won the Champions League for the 3rd consecutive year. A week back. I just can't digest this news. I just can't digest this news. This is a shock. This is a surprise. This is a shock, to be honest. It's a big shock, to be honest. Zinedine Zidane steps down as the manager of Real Madrid. A big one. So we'll focus more on this in a podcast which we'll record soon enough. So till then, thanks for listening to our episode, guys. So we hope to entertain you with more transfer news, more done deals, and more transfer rumors which might have caught your eye. So thanks for listening to the show. All the best, and let's enjoy the World Cup, which is getting closer and closer. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you, guys.